Greetings, fellow primates. Jim the Ape here, and today I'm doing something that I have long feared. I'm responding to something that's gained notoriety, a linguistic nightmare known as feminist slam poetry.
Hi, I'm a slut.
Hi, I'm an ape, but I'm also a male, so you'll probably cry rape. And I'm sure you think that S word is rude, but I quite like sluts. What I hate is a prude.
What? You can't be surprised when you've spent my entire life deciding woman equals sexualized.
I've made decisions in my life, not yours, and that was not one of them, I am quite sure. But at this point, nothing makes me surprised. Least of all a feminist complaining about being sexualized.
In ninth grade, a man told me I have good blowjob eyes.
Right, so a boy wasn't tactful in what he chose to say, in complimenting your eyes. That's what it is, by the way. It's fine if you dislike it and let out a scoff, but leave it at simply telling the guy to fuck off.
Hi, I'm a slut, but what does that mean?
In the derogatory, it's someone who deceives, lies, and cheats, and breaks men's hearts as often as her own heart beats. But in another use, it means something different entirely. More like someone who's friendly, fun, giving, and free.
I'm unclean. I'm less pure. I sleep around, sure.
With the first problem, a shower will do, though it won't clean the ugliness inside of you. And sleeping around isn't bad if you're honest and safe, but you still might catch something that'll make you chafe.
But isn't that what you were begging for?
With you, my dear snowflake, absolutely not. I'd sooner sow oats with a bowl full of rot. But the beggars, not choosers, who tell you how to be, should be disregarded and perhaps told to flee.
Hi, I'm a slut, and science disagrees, but let's ignore anatomy and joke that my vagina is wide enough to fit an entire football team.
The vagina's a muscle that expands and contracts, and some jokes are made by unfunny hacks. But the idea of censorship lights my short fuse, so let's just say some pussies can't take the abuse.
Or even your narcissism, but no one's is big enough for that.
I'm super intelligent, a rare talking ape. You're a crybaby bully who calls everything rape. Now, I know that I made that same rhyme just before, but I had to do something to spice up this bore.
You think an orgasm for you is like oxygen for me, like when I am going down on you, I am actually sucking up life, retrieving my very soul from inside your stomach.
Alright, now you've failed basic biology, and if you went down on me, that's bestiality. But I would never let you, not even one tryst. By the way, I'm an atheist, souls don't exist.
And an orgasm for me is like, well, maybe.
But a man's orgasm you need for a baby.
If you have time, and since you can't see it, it probably doesn't exist anyway.
To my understanding, women are known to fake. With good intentions, of course, but what do those make? The road to hell, I hear, but you can't see that either. Just one more thing in which I'm not a believer.
I was probably faking it anyway. Women don't like sex anyway.
My editing covered up the first same word rhyme, but I decided to say fuck it and not save you that time. 3 times in a row. Come on, that's just shameful. And it distracts from your points, which are also quite painful.
You're pretty sure the clitoris is just a myth.
It's the part at the top that looks a bit like a dick.
So when it comes to my pleasure, no one really gives a shit.
Except the people you sleep with, probably not. But to guys, women's pleasure matters a lot. They buy ribbed condoms. Some can't get off without it. And if you ask me, I'd say that's giving a shit.
Unless I can come like a man, because then I'm a fetish.
Because then they know your orgasm is real. You call it a fetish, I call it appeal. Of course, some like it more, others like it less. But isn't it hotter if you both make a mess?
Or if I'm a virgin, that makes me a fetish too, but doesn't that also mean I'm a prude?
Well, that can be appealing. It is a rare thing. Most adults who still are waiting for a ring. But being a virgin doesn't automatically mean prude, because being anti-sexuality is more of an attitude.
Everything I do is an invitation for your condemnation, regardless of the angle of the delicate arch in my back marked down on your scale from 0 to loose.
I don't judge on a scale, I judge case by case. Intentions and consequences are the very base. But I don't give a fuck what you do with your spine, and I don't need your validation, so why do you need mine?
And if I had learned anything that didn't have to do with how to make my hair fall daintily over my breasts,
well, you failed that lesson, quite obviously, and such a narrow education explains your inaccuracy. But put down the clippers, you may have nicked your brain. What you say next is so stupid, it might drive me insane.
or how to make my lips softer and more like a graveyard, untouched, and where grown men go when they feel dead inside.
There you have it, folks. A graveyard is sexy. I've tried to dissect it, but still, it's just vexing. Anyway, cemeteries don't just house dead grown men. Could that just be the fantasy you have for them?
Or how to make my aura more alluring.
Go to Bora Bora to make your aura more alluring. Just don't be indecent or end up like Alan Turing. Anyway, I don't believe in new agey horse shit, so let's ignore this one complaint and just get on with it.
But not too alluring. That's something a skank would do. I would tell you that when two opposing forces meet, they cancel, so it sounds to me like you just don't want me to exist.
Listening to your drivel, I seriously wouldn't mind. But different people want different things, and some are most unkind. And when two ideals oppose, sometimes you get an epic battle. But in your case, I'd prescribe a binky and perhaps a baby rattle.
I am raw meat in a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, that raw meat is your body, a literal object. The slaughterhouse is the universe, to which we're all subject.
Packaged according to what you are hungry for that day.
What I am hungry for, my darling, has no effect on you. And when it comes to my tastes, trust me, you're not on the menu.
I am identified by my thighs and my moans and my sighs, even though you keep telling me I shouldn't be making noise in the first place. Keep your mouth shut unless I'm the one putting something in it.
I don't want to plug your mouth, but I do wish you'd be quiet, because there's something called rationality, and you really should try it. Thighs and moans and sighs have no identifying power. This obnoxious hyperbole of yours grows tired by the hour.
It's funny, the ones who cry whore the loudest are the ones who are thirstiest for my blood.
Then I recommend not hanging around with vampires, or judgmental assholes who may well also be liars.
And my love only starts to matter and stops being make-believe, a fantasy, when you're watching lesbian porn.
I don't know what girl on girl has to do with this, but a lot of people who watch porn happen to be women. And you know, it just hit me why this is absurd. Because there's self-righteous hatred in every word.
But they quickly discover that actually what they've been missing this whole time is your cock.
I've actually seen this in some porno scenes, but it's not quite lesbian, it's a menage a three. There are only two women at the very start, and when the dude walks in, that's my least favorite part.
You're looking to experiment in the same way I must be experimenting, like a science fair where the prize for equating my entire personhood to your dick is that you get two women who are disgusted by how your breath reeks of desperation instead of just one.
That was wordy as fuck, and that's coming from me. And I haven't the foggiest what any of it means. And the only one who reeks of desperation is you, when you won't stop for a breath until you've turned blue.
You're damn right. My body is a temple. I am the god it was built for.
It wasn't built for anything. You fail biology. And you just proved you're the narcissist here, not me.
I am the landlord, and I can let whoever I want live inside it.
Congratulations, you've grasped the concept of consent. But you still call it rape when men pitch a tent. So I guess there's a lot you still need to learn. Unless, of course, you just want to watch the world burn.
Hi.
It's a bit late in the game to reprise the word hi, when we're so thankfully close to saying goodbye.
I'm a slut, and no, that doesn't mean I am nothing but flesh to grab with your red-stained hands.
These theatrics are too numerous to thoroughly rebuke, and the thought of grabbing you makes me want to puke.
That you've sterilized with excuses in case I shout.
In case you shout? Bitch, you already have. In fact, that's why editing this may well drive me mad.
So when I do, you can tell everyone that hi, I'm a slut, and no, that doesn't mean I am nothing but sweat and blowjob eyes. Hi, I'm a slut, and no, that doesn't mean I am nothing but the girl who was asking for it. Hi, I'm a slut. And no, that doesn't mean I am nothing.
We get it. By definition, a slut is not nothing. And by the sounds of it, you're at least full of something. But I don't think you're a slut, except maybe the bad kind, with a voice like a drill and a poisoned well for a mind. But that's the end of her video. Now I must imbibe. Here's the end of mine, so like, comment, and subscribe. In closing, stupid comes in all colors and shapes. So don't be like them, and just stay great, apes.